Good morning, everybody. This is Dustin with Blast Away the Game Review. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday so far. I know I am. Today we're going to be taking a look at probably one of the most complex online space exploration MMOs I've ever played, which just happens to be called Elite Dangerous. What I'm going to do is help you new players get used to having to do missions. These can be missions simple as boom time deliveries, finding out equipment, but to start out we're going to do a boom time delivery, as you can see above. These missions are very simple. They're go to point A, point B. You're basically going to play as a courier of all things. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the one closest to me, which just happens to be, I believe, the one that I just got. So we'll go to open the galaxy map. Once here, we get a full grid of the entire galaxy, not just nearby, but also quite far away. But because this one is a good distance and several jumps away, because we are trying to teach you how to play the game, we're not going to do one so complicated. So we'll check the one that we just got, which will take us to Macaulay City. Once this map opens up, what we'll do is we'll select our missions point, and we're going to actually mark it, and we're going to generate the route. Now, because I am at a terminal having just got the mission, I will have to take launch, I will have to find the location, but also I'll have to deactivate my landing gear and ensure that I don't have anything holding me back from leaving the station at all and getting into deep space travel. So now that we're taking off, I'll go ahead and deactivate the landing gear, adjust myself so I can get out of the station. And now that we're out of the station, you can see on the map that there's several marks around us. The one that does have the marking that looks almost like two sideways arrows, that's actually where we're going to be going. So since that's where we're headed, we're going to go over to Albury Sector LCV. And once we're out of the mass lock, what you'll want to do, especially if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, you'll either want to hit Y or triangle. But because I am doing this on a PlayStation 4 Pro, I will be doing the triangle method so that I can hit my FSD drive. Now, you will have to do this several times, especially if you're doing missions that are several hops away. One thing I will want to warn the new players about in this tutorial is when you come out of the FSD drive, do be careful, because there is a chance that you will come out in front of a sun. Just as you're going to see here, I'm headed straight for one. So instantly you're going to want to pull away or pull down so that your ship can go under that sun. So now that we're a decent away from the sun according to my radar, we're going to go ahead and start turning to navigate towards our next jump, which may actually just be under that sun. As you can see, here it is. So once again, we're going to activate the FSD drive to go into hyperspace. And once you're in hyperspace, what's really cool is the fact that it's a load screen, it's autopiloted. So all you have to worry about is as soon as you come out of the hyperspace jump is just pulling up so that you don't hit the sun or go into its gravitational pull, so that your ship doesn't burn up, because that can happen. I've actually done it myself by not paying attention. So again, let's get away from the sun's rotation, because it's the next one. My next jump isn't far away. We'll go to the next Albury Sector HW-WB1-6, and we'll go ahead and charge up. Now, for those of you using the starting ships, you may not be able to do this many jumps, so you may actually have to find fueling stations nearby to refuel and then continue your jumps. But because I am using a little more advanced ship, I'm not actually having to worry about that type of ordeal, especially since my fuel containment is a lot higher. Again, since we just came out of jump, again you want to navigate away from the sun. or the star, whichever you want to call it. But because we are nearby, let's go ahead and check our navigation to see if we're in the right area. So we'll open the galaxy map. Now, knowing that we are in the right area, we're going to go ahead and get ready for our final jump. Since this is the final jump, once we get out, I'll actually show you how to locate where you're trying to go, so you have some idea to how to get where you need to be and to get a general feel for space exploration. But for those of you who are wondering, we will be doing multiple tutorials regarding this game. There is a lot to learn, a lot to take in, especially if you're just getting used to the game. Our next video will probably go over just general things that you need to know, such as how to upgrade your ship, how to buy new ships, that kind of stuff, and also how to navigate if you are completely lost and low on fuel. So we will purposely be getting lost and running low on fuel. As you can see on the map, I went ahead and selected within the area that I'm in, the nearest location, which just happens to be our mission point, McCauley City. And so we're going to go ahead and travel there. Now, one thing you will want to do when you start approaching relays or any stations is you want to go ahead and start slowing down once you get near them, just to kind of give yourself a way to come out of super speed. So we'll go ahead and start preparing. As you can see, I've already started to gauge down my speed a little bit. And by keeping your speed in the blue, you'll ensure when you're exploring, this is just a general rule of thumb, it'll actually help you slow down even quicker versus going high speed. The only time I've ever maxed my speed is when I'm trying to escape combat or a star that is literally burning my ship up. So that's something to remember, that unless it's absolutely must, you don't have to go balls to the wall fast in this game. It is a game that's all about taking your time, exploring, getting to know everything around you, and in general doing a lot of things No Man's Sky tried to do but couldn't, but on a larger scale. So now that I'm approaching McCauley City, as you can see, I've actually started to slow down my ship so that whenever we do land, I can go ahead and pull my ship out of fast speed travel. Now, one thing you may want to note is, as you can see, there are areas around you, those glowing things moving are other player ships, so do be warned that if you do get knocked out of your jump speed, they can attack you. So definitely be wary of other players and travelers. Now that you have arrived at McCauley City, now the first thing that you'll want to do is you'll actually want to slow down and receive permission in order to dock. To do that, you want to be 7.5 kilometers away before requesting docking. Now, just like coming out of light speed travel, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your speed at a comfortable area. As you can see, I'm still going quite a few over what I should be, because I should be down in the blue as I am approaching. But because it does take a second, I'm going to go ahead and speed up and drastically speed down once I get near my landing pad. Now, as you can see here, my ship is slowing down moderately well, especially once I get my landing gears out. Now that my landing gear is down, the first thing you're going to need to do is dock, and we will be doing a full tutorial on how to properly dock and how to know what is going on if you're having issues docking. Now, as you can see, I'm lining up for my landing. as I said, it is not the easiest thing, but once you get it down, it actually is a lot easier than it looks. It's just a matter of making sure your ship is lined up the way it needs to be. Now to do this, you will need to toggle your flight controls, which means you'll need to push L3 in order to rotate your ship from side to side, as well as move it from side to side in order that your alignment is dead on, so that when you land, it's not going to damage your ship or cause you any extra expenditures that you're going to have. Now that I am pretty much lined up, now it's just time to land and prepare to turn in our mission that we were given at the last station. I do hope all of you have found this useful and in some way have figured out how to play the game with a little bit more ease. If you have any questions, please sound off in our comments below, or feel free to hit us up on any of our social medias, which will be down in the more information. Thank you again for tuning in to Blast Away the Game Review. I'm your host, Dustin Murphy here, and I hope you all enjoy Elite Dangerous. Stay tuned for more tutorials for it.